Wait, it started working! Oh, good evening! How are you guys? We're starting even before 9. 1 before 9. So there we are. And I'm excited because I've been wanting to build on this box ever since we started it. And then last week I was really excited. And then I got sick. So, new week, new chances. Okay, let's see here. Dutch maker, who's ready to see Quinn connect a cable to a connector for in under an hour? I bet I can do it. I actually have some other connectors I need to do, but, you know. Oh, Kitty is here for the pre-show, but we're not going to put him on the desk. His hair's everywhere. Jacco Weiss is here. It's going to be good tonight. Might be some smoke, says Nigel Young. Good evening all, says Greg E. Oh, that music. It must be Friday. And, oh, Johnny Bergdahl is here. Oh, we didn't turn the music down. Something like that. Crushed cornflakes are the worst lubricant for whatever needs lubrication. Okay. Gizmivo, sure. Medved is here, and Gas B. Safely wire it up. That's the plan. I sat there last Friday waiting. Yeah, sorry. I did do an announcement on the Discord, but it was not Weiss, it's Weiss. Like Was. Oh, like in Holland's Kaas. Jacco Was. Is that better? Hallo daar, hoe is het in het koude Nederland? It's raining. Yeah, so it's cold and the cats are running in and outside and then they're running inside and surprised they're wet. So, you know. Better indeed. Okay, good. So yeah, I bought some screws since last time and then we'll probably discover we're missing something else. But we'll find out during today's stream, right? Just listening to the cat flap. Hi guys, good smokeless evening. Well, we'll see. Maybe we actually get to turn something on today. Who knows? I did not start about the wet cats. Well, sure. I think they're coming to terms with that it isn't summer anymore. And so they have to spend more time inside. Cats are amazing. I've got a husky version. Same thing, just can't care for itself. Aw, why not? Our cats are fine taking care of themselves. The display is a bit bright, isn't it? Let's see if we can tone it down a bit. It's not really doing anything. Yeah, maybe a bit better. Like that. That's a bit less. A little bit more. A little bit more. Yeah, that's good. So, I've got a drink. Let's see if the top cam is working. The top cam is working. Amazing. Let's move this out of the way a little bit. Oh, there. Oh, well, we're going to have that giant box on the desk anyway, so who cares? But, right. Oh, my key. I love this keyboard. It's a Keychron K2HE wireless. And I also have one of these on my desk, but a slightly larger version. I got this one first. That's was on my normal desk for half a year. Now I got another one. I love this keyboard. It has magnetic switches, but it sounds so nice and it types so nice and I think it looks nice. I'm one of those guys who like the Noctua colors. So yeah, I'm completely recovered. Yeah. So. So it's not like the keys are fully silent, but they all don't have a very sharp clicky either. It's you know, it doesn't know if it's wood or plastic, right? Yeah, so this is real wood, I think. Yeah. And this is plastic, but I believe there's also some metal parts, although this is also plastic. Maybe the other one had some metal parts, I don't know. But yeah, I like it. let's see. I like it a lot. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, so this is a bit of a mix between silent and not silent. Anyway, we were talking about the drink. I was in Germany with a friend, and she's also the one who also often gets me weird drinks. So I saw this, the Diet Zuckerfrei Cola Mix with 6 Vitamine und 0% Kalorien. Oh, ich kann auch ein bisschen Deutsch. So, enthält geringfügige Mengen von well, okay, I'm not that great at German. Hergestellt for Drinkstar GmbH. GmbH? Yeah. Okay, anyway. So this is Coke with orange, I think. I mean, yeah. So, I'm going to try that today. Wir haben es nicht gewusst. Ja. Talking of drinks, have you ever experienced the joy of drinking Irn-Bru? It's more popular than Coca-Cola in Scotland. No, I don't think so. That does not look appetizing. Well, I don't know. I haven't drank it yet, so sounds like Dreft. Well, I guess. I mean, it's date. Okay, yeah. Well, we'll see. Let's see. At least if I don't like it, I'm just gonna get something else. No, that's okay. Yeah. It somehow you taste the ice cubes that are in there. Does that make sense? Yeah, no, it's pretty good. I love the tiny thin cans you have normally. Yeah. Well, I thought I'd change it up. Quite large bottle, yes. This is 0.75 of a liter. So, yeah, that's a lot more than I normally have. Normally I have a 250 milliliter can, I think. Looks like muddy puddle. Well, we were in a random German supermarket, and I was looking at things, and then I saw this, so I was like, okay. We'll try it. I like it. It's good. Do we have any people watching? I started way early. 30 people. Nice. So I also figured out a fuse solution for our fusing 48 volt fusing issue, and we're going to use some glass fuses, so maybe not designing a PCB for that, but I do have another PCB design during live stream idea I might want to work on later this year. That could be cool to do together, because it's going to involve lots of LEDs and some ribbon connectors and buck converters and I2Cs and screens, and I don't know, it's going to involve lots of stuff, so it's probably going to take 1 or 2 prototypes to get it right. But, you know, I think it could be cool to maybe, you know, work on that together, right? I guess I can share what I'm thinking about. Hold on. So I've been working on the Dig actuator product. You know, I guess it's a product. And this is well, inside of here is it the current prototype? Yeah, it's the current prototype. I'll show you that in a minute. But I've been thinking of using one of these DIN rail cases. Now I cut this one up. Of course, this needs to be professionally manufactured in the end. But this is kind of the idea, that you have this on a DIN rail. It's going to have 10 outputs, of which 8 are individually controllable, and then 2 are basically doubled up. But you can also use double the power. So that's going to be interesting. Then it has 4 temperature sensor inputs, 4 relay outputs, RS485 and CAN bus, Ethernet, USB-C, large power input terminal, button inputs for maybe if you for some reason want to have a button close to the controller, and then a digital LED output for if you might want to, couple some lights to whatever the controller is doing or whatever. Now, that's basically what I've been working on, and that's this PCB. Let me put it like that. So this is a prototype. This is already the second prototype, and I've been working on a third with improvements. This is based around a ESP32P4 with an ESP32C6, so very new hardware. There's also been some complications because of that, but those should be fixed in the new version I've been working on. Here's the ribbon connector I talked about. I'll talk about that a little bit more later. But you can see, if you look closely at this board, there are some little hairs of wire over here. Can you see those? It's best shown with the microscope because they're very tiny. They're soldered onto 0402 capacitors over there. And then, even worse, I can't zoom in more, over there, there is 4 pads of 0402s, which I wired up in the wrong order. So I had to basically bridge those over each other, and well, there's all kinds of bodges and things like that on here to do fixes. Yeah, the Quinn Home actuator. Oh. Anyway, that should all be fixed in the new version, and also some other stuff I was prototyping and testing with, etc., etc. So I hope to send a prototype off for that pretty soon. Kitty hairs. Well, no, kitty hairs would be thicker, actually. Those are so thin. Especially these over here. You can't even really see them on camera. Can I? Yeah, no, I need the microscope to even see those. Anyway, that has helped me prototype everything. So new revision for that coming soon. Anyway, if we go back to this case, one thing it lacks, although it does have some status LEDs on the board, this part over here. Now you could put like a sticker over here, but my idea is, if you look inside of the case, it has standoffs over there. So we could actually make a board that screws into these standoffs at the top, and then has carefully placed holes and a cutout for a TFT screen, for instance, etc., so that we can have all kinds of LEDs poking out of the top. So 8 for the various channels, and then 4 for the relays. And I'd like to have like a TFT screen on here, and then maybe some buttons, right? And that needs lots of designing to actually make a PCB for on here that has that. So I thought maybe we could do that as a PCB design together in a sort of live stream series, because it won't prevent me from bringing this out, and then later we can actually bring this out as an upgrade, or well, as a whole unit, of course, etc. Will the LEDs be addressable? Yes and no. I would be using dumb LEDs, but I want to use certain I2C chips or I2C chips to control them, basically, because I've found some really nice I2C chips that are 16 channel, and they're basically I/O expanders, so they can do input-output, but they can also do constant current LED control, which would make the design a lot easier. And then I want to use 3 of those for red, green, and blue, so we can have RGB LEDs on the top, and depending on whatever status you wanted to display, we'd have 8 per channel and then 4 per relay. You know, you could make that display stuff next to having an LCD screen in the top here too. And yeah, I thought, I mean, I don't want to do microcontroller design or whatever PCB design during a stream, and I don't want to share too much about the Quinn LED Dig series, etc., because it gets stolen enough anyway. You know, design your own circuits, damn it. But I thought, okay, we can do a nice PCB in this form factor with the LEDs on there, and then some LEDs over here, I think, and maybe some buttons and a screen. And that could be a nice side project. It'll probably take like 2 or 3 months to get that finished, especially if I only work on it during a live stream. But I still think that could be interesting, because what I'll be doing is I'll be using this ribbon connector here that will have 5-volt ground, I2C and SPI on there, and a backlight pin actually. And then we can break that out on the breakout board for over here, which would then have a buck converter, a screen backlight controller, I2C chips for the buttons and for all the LEDs, the SPI screen, and, you know, things like that. Live stream marathon. Yeah, who knows? Maybe we could do a few live streams where I design it, and it doesn't only have to be on Friday, right? Yeah, so I guess we started with sharing the secrets pre-stream. I don't know. 24 streams of Christmas. Oh no. I don't want to. We'll see. Yeah, so, you know, that's something I have been working on. And I'm hoping next prototype more stuff is going to work than on this prototype. But that's kind of how it goes, right? You design stuff and you think it all looks great, and then in reality it doesn't always work exactly like you designed it, but then you adapt, improve, and do it again. But the sad thing is, though, 2 of these boards populated, because I can't do some of these chips myself, or I could maybe, but then I'd never know if it's up to my soldering or because of the prototype that it's working or not. Yeah, 2 of these prototypes cost me $400. So, and this is already revision prototype 3 I'm going for, so I'm about $1,200 in. But that's kind of hardware development, I guess. I mean, it's okay. I don't know if I'm ever going to make it back on this project. Who knows? But I do want to use the base for the ESP32P4 I'm developing on this board for maybe some LED controllers that are coming up pretty soonish. Well, soonish, I guess early next year also. So it's never wasted time, you know. Big addition to the wall of shame. I'm sure live stream is easier than an edited video. It's different. Live streams take me... I'd still do prepare for live streams. But video I generally work on a week or so. So, yeah. It's just different. Hi, Quinder. Love the Dig Quad V3. The data booster, it's got project on the way. Thank you, sir. Okay. My pleasure. Kitty helped. Yeah, Kitty comes and sit with me sometimes while I'm designing. So that's cool. Oh, yeah. I like the International Keyboards Dutch maker. Oh, Bert de Kegel, Mr. Blue is here. Good evening. Anyway, let's get away from tiny microscopic, thinner than hair wires, and let's get back to our giant, doesn't fit on the desk box. I'm stuck with my headphones. Okay. Oh, wait. Did I clean it out? I don't think I did. Hold on. I don't think I did. Damn it. I cleaned my desk. No, I didn't. Okay. Well, this is exactly where we left it off. Let's see if we can zoom that out a bit. And let's move this to the side. There. Do we still have mic? Yes. The USB plug is a bit finicky. Okay. So this is, well, exactly where we left it off. Right? I was really proud at my my hole here. But I think Philip pointed out that probably this thing needs to be mounted in place in the last order, because as you can see, getting this in and out now is pretty hard. But if this isn't in there, okay, it becomes a lot easier. So, oh wait, okay, maybe I need to close this. So let's have this sticking out of the side. Can I still open it? No. Okay, we can't have it sticking out of the side. Well, we know this fits pretty snugly. So that's at least good. No, don't click the mouse. Thank you. So now we can take this out. And then we can take this plate out. Yeah, I'm going to vacuum that real quick. I'll be right back. Let me turn down I'm going to turn off the microphone real quick. Microphone. Hello, I'm back. Wait, what's going on in chat? Weird watching with no sound. I want to break free. Is Q doing some household chores? Yes, that's it. Will you be making full plastic enclosure for the boards and data boosters, such as the 3D printed ones are okay but not great fit or enclosure? There is some stuff coming up, and sadly that's going a lot slower than I'd like. But yeah, at some point there will be controllers that are encased, basically. Yes. Right. Okay, now we have a much cleaner box. I, of course, didn't clean the plate. Plate's okay. Right, so we had several ideas. Let's rehash those real quick. Right. Do we have more cable? Yes. Good. We wanted to mount this, or I wanted to mount this, and we had a choice of power supplies. Let me change this a little bit. Yes. Let me find all the stuff. What's this? Oh, this is a vent. We might want to do something with a vent. More vents. Nothing in here. Oh, okay. Might need this. Here we go. This is our different power supply. We have our switch. this stuff. We have this thing. Ah, right. Okay. All the new stuff I bought. Hold on. Okay. So the last time we ran into, you have a very important Discord message. Oh, Dutch Towers does. Okay. The last time we ran into not having screws to screw into the plate because they could only be about 1 centimeter thick. So I looked in my local hardware store and I bought several variants. I think they start here. So we have 2.5 millimeter by 12, 3 by 12. Let's try and keep them in the screen there. 4.2 by 13. Okay, so let's do this. 4.2 by 13, but different head. 4. Oh, this is 4 by 20, so that's the longest. Yeah, so we have several 12 millimeter and 13 millimeter variants, and 124. I don't know, you know, DOS cord. Nice, Greg. Good to hear it. So we at least now have some screws to mount things down if we want. But one of the first things I believe we wanted to do was mount down the power supply, because I think in the end, no, all the way, yeah, we wanted to go with this power supply since we could mount it using these screws and then mount it kind of like that, right? So it would be out of the way. We could still screw down the plate and we could reach all the connections easily, and the box still closed, etc., etc. But we might also want some vents. Now, we have several vents. I have these metal stance ones we could, in theory, make on the side. But I'm wondering if we really need vents. We also have a fancy one. No. All these screws are self-tapping. We also have this vent, which is a much fancier one with fans. Although, yeah, I doubt we'll need that, but who knows, right? So I need to figure out where to start today and what we want to do. Because honestly, I'm not even sure we need vents. Because we have this PSU fan which will circulate air a little bit. And other than that, I'm not really sure what else we need. Hey there, 5N4FU. Fnoof. I don't know how to say that. You would disable the audio ducking, yeah, but then the music's always the same volume. That's kind of boring. What do you guys think? Do we need a vent? No water cooling. No. We don't want accidental water cooling. But yeah, I also have some M3 and M4 kits which aren't tapping, so we can use that for the meanwhile. You'll know when you run it for a few days. Okay, so then how about we design without a vent and then allow for a vent to be put in? You think? So let's figure out the equipment again. We had this switch, and we had the AC side of things. Let's just leave it like that. Okay. And of course we can't use about this diameter, because that's where the incoming power is going to be. Where is the power connector? Oh, the power connector's in the front. Ooh. Mate is weten. Sure, extra airflow can't hurt, especially given meanwhile like their drivers to be open for free airflow. Sure, yeah. Mark how deep your socket will go. Well, I know it slightly, almost. It's going to be a bit like this, so let's say up to here about, right? But we'll leave a little bit of headroom there. Could we do the switch like that? We could do the switch like that, but then again we don't have a vent. Hey, Monty, well, that's good advice. I don't know about vents. I guess, in theory, we could have one here, of course on the outside, but it's very close to the connections, though. Does the switch have mounting holes? No, yes and no. Last time we said we would drill out some holes on the inside and then just screw it down and then close the case again. Now, that's going to be difficult with the screws on the side, but, yeah. Maybe if we just move this one up, like that, that will preclude one of the mounting holes, but that's not too bad. Better no vents. Vents on the door. Didn't clean the door out. Damn it. I guess we could have a vent over here. I don't know. Will the box be in sunlight? Yes. The box will be in sunlight. Oh, wait. Okay. So I'm trying to rethink what equipment's all going to be in here. So we can just mount this like that, for instance. That's fine. No, this box needs room on the bottom. You can also get it on AliExpress, for instance, Greg. We could also mount the switch like this. I think. Probably. Yeah, there's nothing in the back. Is that an idea? Does the switch have to be enclosed? No, not necessarily. Probably also have dirt flying around. Yes, very much so. And I guess this blocks our airflow again, huh? Stack some components. Yeah, we spent an hour Tetrising last time, so now we're just doing it again. I think we still agree on that the access point will just be on the door like this, right? Somewhere over here. That's going to be fine as long as things don't stick out here. It'll fit in the lid. So that's easy, right? Don't have to think about that. Yeah, if we want to make a vent, having the power supply all the way up here kind of makes sense, I think. We can still screw down the plate with one hole, and then as long as we have the others, I think that's fine. And then maybe we can have a vent over here, although that is also where the latch is, so we don't have space over there. Damn it. Actually, these vents don't fit at all. Yeah, no, these vents don't fit. They're in the inside they might fit, but on the outside they don't. Yeah, I think that's a lot more heat load. We're only expecting about 100 watts here at max. So I think that's a lot more heat load than we'll see here. I'm just trying to think what would be best. Because we also have this thing. Let's see if that fits. I have no idea. Would that fit on the side? Nope. It doesn't even come close. And it has to be, because this will be the top, basically. So, I guess it... Oh, sorry. I guess it could go on the lid. Right? But I think we're going to go without a vent for now. And the back of the case is going to be very hard because of the way the plate's in there, etc. Right? Hey there, Alexander. Yeah, it's not going to be 100 watt resistive. There's going to be like 5 or 10 watt loss, maybe. This is another case? No, this is the same case as last time. Yeah, I'm just wondering how we're going to do things. Because, I mean, we can stick this on here, like that. That's fine. And then we can have a tiny cable going like that. Or maybe like that. I don't know. I'm an engineer. I'm not. Okay. Yeah. Now we have to make choices, right? I also have this thing. You can, in theory, also use it as a vent. Just leave this open. Would that fit? Yeah, having vents on the side with the latch is an oversight I didn't think about. Oh, we could still fit it on the other side, probably. Go away, stupid power supply. Yeah, we could still have it on this side like that. So, if we need more air, as long as we keep this side clear, we could put it on there like that, and then it would have some open airflow, right? And it would still pretty protected. We could put some mesh on it, etc. So that's not too bad. And I guess maybe those vents will fit over here. Nope. Too big. Never mind. Well, I could always get a smaller vent. But yeah, maybe this, is an option later if it does turn out to need some airflow. No. I don't want it 3D printed right now. Yeah, but I do want it to be weather tight because it's going to be out there for a year in rain, storms, snow, etc. Right? So. Well, I think we can all agree on the power supply location, so we might just start with that. Now the question is, how do we mark down the holes? I want to leave a little bit of a gap for air. I guess it doesn't matter too much. So we can eyeball that. And then we just need to drill some holes. So we can mount these screws. So they do need to be lined up and the right size. Yeah. If this is the thing attached and we can still mount the mounting plate with this hole and all the others, that's fine. We might not be able to use this hole, but we can use that one. And then over here, we still have 4 more, that's going to be fine. Not a problem there. I'm just wondering, I always want to get it perfect before starting. I don't know. Nope. I guess we could put the switch at the top. That doesn't make sense. No, switch needs to go somewhere over here. Oh, sure, but I can get to these. That's no problem. Put a bit of tape on power supply to mark holes. Oh, and then transfer it over? That's smart. Switch and AP on the door? No. We said AP on the door, so this can go anywhere over here. With some cables, that's fine. But the switch needs to go into the back. Switch needs to be facing down, easier for connecting the cameras. Facing down like that. Yeah, I'm just stuck with this hole here. Then again, oh wait, it has holes on both sides. So the top here doesn't matter. If we don't mount that fully to the top, this can go right against it. Yeah, I know, Bart. I know. So this can go right against it. And then the cable from this guy can go in and go out again, and maybe route it behind here to the AC side of this guy. That's fine. And this can then go to the switch. That's fine. And it needs to go to this guy. Well, we can mount that like that then, I guess. That's also fine. And then we're going to have the RJ45 plugs. Let's take a look at those. Wait, do I have another switch? Why do I have another switch? Something went wrong during ordering. We have 2. Okay. We have a spare. That's good. Right, so we need to probably be able to fit one of these plugs, and these should fit. So this is a 2-wire to barrel plug. I normally don't advise using these because they can't handle high currents, but since we're using 50 volt, well, we're not going to have a high current, maybe 1 amp or so. Yeah. That. Yeah, this seems to fit well. So that way we can do the wires. Let's leave that in there. The box is for Project StarCam, so to power a Starlink dish and some IP cameras. Let me try and find those RJ45 plugs. Where are they? Ugh. So we have some more cable glands if we need them. I don't understand where my RJ45 plugs went. What? Oh. Got them. Oh. So we have some of these plugs. So we also need to see how far Oh, this is going to be an AC circuit breaker and then an AC power monitor just for fun. Right? We have some of these, and we have the large ones. Those are basically for coupling through, and the shorter ones. Okay. And the shorter ones, I think, are what we're going to use now. I think in the end they're basically the same, just with more or less hardware included. Okay, so let me see how this is built. Okay, so this is basically a couple block that needs to poke through. So there are multiple rubber seals here. So I think the wall basically goes here. Then there's a rubber seal over here, and this is also rubber seal. No. Why would this ring be on there? That doesn't make sense, does it? No, I'd say you don't need this ring. It is bad, but I like having the AC side kind of separated. Might be because you can't screw this in too far. Okay. So I guess you have this ring to then tighten the wall in between. Yeah, you can tighten this as much as needed, and then you can add this guy on top of that, and this will be on the outside, and your RJ45 will basically go through here, and you can tighten that down with this guy, and then it's connected in here basically. Yeah, this also has an O-ring, that's good. Yeah, right. So on the inside, we're only going to have this part basically. So on the inside, we're not going to have a lot of sticking out, because that's kind of what I was afraid of with this guy. But we don't need that extra waterproof part, so we don't need this part on the inside. That's only if you want to link two cables together in the field. Then you'd need it like this. Otherwise, this is fine. This will stick out of the box on the outside, and this on the inside. Okay. So there isn't much volume or room needed. Oh, okay. This is all one piece. Yeah. There isn't much room needed on the inside. Good. Okay, so we don't have to worry too much about how much space we have down here. If the switch would be like this, that's fine. We can still get to these cables, and we can get to these cables. I'll probably make them on the top here instead of on the bottom, but that doesn't matter too much. For making those holes, we have one of these kits. I'm hoping that will do the job. I would think so. So, yeah. Okay. So, RJ45 plugs I'm not too worried about. I think we need to put back in the power stuff again. The external power thingy. There. Okay, so this is over here. And we kind of want to bend that upward as much as we can, like that, so we know where this box goes. I guess we could put this on the side. Oh, interesting, Medved. Yeah, this will be my first foray into Starlink. Mainly because I just also like tinkering with it. So yeah. Anyway, this cable can go like this, and we can make a little loop, and then it can go into the box, do its stuff in the box, and then make it out, go around here to the AC side, which is on top of here. That's fine. We'll probably cover that up with some Kapton tape or whatever. So that's good. Then these can go basically pretty tight over here. And then we have all this space left over for activities. Turn that box 90 degrees. No, because there's going to be a display on there, and then I can't read the display anymore. Let me see if the display is, if you can turn it. I don't think so. This guy. Oh, there. And I also like the circuit breaker being the right side up, but this one seems very sealed. Let me check another one. Nope, same thing. Okay, that's fine. So we want to use one of these displays, and I don't think... Oh, they have in labeled clearly here. Out on the top. Okay. Will the door still open with the mains plugged in? Yes. No, there will be a breaker inside of this box. But the idea is to have this guy in there, secondary, and the breaker. Okay, well that doesn't fit if it's not on the rails. I'll put it on the rails real quick. There. Okay, it needs to move over. So there, and then we have a breaker. B6. Yeah, we have a B6, so that should be good for this application. It's fairly quick tripping, and it allows for, I believe this one's 6 amps. So that's good. Does this have an in and an out? I don't think so. It does have neutral labeled, okay. Okay, whatever. There. There. So this is kind of the idea, right? Yeah, I get it. I get that, Philip, but I mean, looking at the logo on the screen and the buttons over here would make most sense if those are where they are. Normally in at the top, out at the bottom. Yes, but not for this one. I don't know why, but I think for the breaker it doesn't matter. But for this guy, seemingly it does. No. These breakers are fine. Don't worry about it. So that's the idea. I want to have some space on the top to get the cable in and out again to the power supply. But this can then match up pretty closely, so we have plenty of space over here. And if we did want or need to have a vent, in theory that could still go over here, right? Or maybe a bit over here, but rather over here, I think. Oh, yeah. No, I don't need a wortel on the DIN rail box, I think. Yeah, I don't know, maybe... Let's look up the listing. Maybe you can actually turn it around, I don't know. atorch.cn. Let's look at the website. Atorch. I love the name. Window capture. There. English, please. Sorry, part of it is cut off, but we'll try and find the product first. Products. USB tester? No. No. I think we need to wait for the pictures to load. Oh, they have a USB host computer transmission version programmable DC load meter. That's interesting. Anyway. I don't know which one it is. I need to look at the pictures. AC voltage current meters. Okay, yes. We have one of these, or a variant of these. Sure, but I think I like it the way it is, Nigel. Oh, they don't have it listed. Damn it. Seems they don't have it listed. Hold on. Oh, I need to sign in. I don't want to create a passkey. Go away. Let's see. A torch. Okay. There, B. Let's see. So nice that they show my my living place over here. Can't do anything about that now. Okay, can they do reverse? No, they can do all kinds of graphs and stuff and blah blah. They can do an app. So I can actually I believe I have the Wi-Fi version, or the Wi-Fi plus relay version even. I'm not sure. But in theory, I can link it to its own Wi-Fi and then hopefully get the data from the measurements. English, okay. Yes. Can we also reverse? I don't know. Entry line, okay. Input on the bottom, output on the top. Okay. Oh, they have the circuit breaker behind it. Okay, well, that's not what we're gonna do, but sure. Oh! Wait. Two wiring methods. By long pressing M key to the background, then short pressing the screen rotation bar and pressing the plus key. Okay. we can actually get it rotated. Oh, yeah. Screen. Oh, you can even do it by on the side. Oh. Oh, this opens opportunities. I didn't know that. Okay. Oh. That is interesting. Yes, let's do that. Yes, good. I don't know who forced me to check this. I think it's Dutch Maker, but or Philip, someone. Thank you. So we can mount it any way we want. And well, probably the best thing then is to mount it here in the top. Something like this. And then we can have the wire go in a little loopty here, go in here, go to this guy, and then go out. And then I'd like it to go through the back here, and then we have a little, oh, you can't see that. Little loopy here, and that's it. I'd boot that puppy up to verify this before you trust it actually rotates the screen. Yeah. Anyway, we still need to go in and out of the circuit breaker. So we kind of need to go in the circuit breaker, out. Can the PSU sit flat now? But I don't want the PSU to sit flat because then it takes up a lot of space. It doesn't need to, right? But at least we can put this box somewhere else now. No, I don't need to boot it up. It says we can rotate the screen, so we're going with that. So yeah, loop-de-loop. Well, we can loop that, that's fine. But then we need to go into the circuit breaker. And then out again, and then... At the end of the stream, you will still not have mounted anything. That might very well be the case. But something that this does allow is to put the switch over here, which I think I like better. And then we can put this guy over here somewhere. That's fine. Is there any other digital addressable LED strip manufacturer alternative to for what? There's lots of LED strip manufacturers. I don't understand the question. If I flip the power supply, I'll have the high voltage on the top. Sure. Like that, you mean? But then I'm blocking these vents, and I can't screw in the wires anymore, and I'd rather have the fan in the top. No, I think I want to have it like this. But now this can be a much cleaner cluster. No, we're gonna trust the documentation. If it says we can rotate it, we can rotate it. No problem. Yeah, no, I think I like it like this, and I'll make a little bit of shield of Kapton tape or whatever for this little tiny loop here. That's going to be fine. I'm not worried about that. Maybe the other PSU makes sense now. Okay. But then we don't have a fan at all, and I kind of liked having a fan in there. This is the other power supply. Yeah, I guess. Can we squeeze it in there? No. Okay, we might be able to put it right against the switch like that. But that's not good for its heat radiation. It's nice that the AC is up here and the DC is down here. Do you have to go to a manufacturer? I don't understand what you're looking for, Greg. Sorry. This is too close, right? This needs to radiate heat, and this will also get somewhat warm. So there's vents on the side, so that's not good. Well, the earth cable will be connected to the only thing with earth on here, and that's the power supply. Well, I guess maybe the switch has a... No, the switch has no option for this. I guess we could mount the switch like this, but then you still want a little bit of room here. You want some room here. Don't need room there. No, this one you can't really mount on the side. See, you mount it from the bottom. So, no, I don't think I like this. I kind of I want the one with the fan, and just keep it like that. And we can have the AC coming out here, routing behind here to here. That's fine. And then we can have the switch either like this, or I think makes more sense like this. Although with the vents, yeah, I guess it doesn't matter too much. I kind of like having the fan here. We could just put this in the middle like that. This guy can be, I don't know, double-sided Velcroed on here. That's fine too. Only fans PSU makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, we have plenty of space of the wires to go from here to here, and from here to here. That's the only things that need power. And then we have plenty of space down here for all other activities. Yeah, because this is going to have a little loopy wire like that. And then also outside of the box. Easy! Oh, and of course we have the... this guy is going to have two wires. One from the Starlink and one to the switch. Yeah, but you know, this is the main thing. Okay, can this still go on? I think so. Is it much bigger? Not. Okay. Most get made in China because of costs, and BTF is one of the manufacturers, but my strip, for instance, gets made somewhere else. But generally, you buy with a reseller. You deal with a reseller on AliExpress and stuff like that. Unless you need like hundreds or thousands of meters, then you can design your own and talk with a manufacturer. But yeah, even things you buy locally are still made in China, generally, just way overpriced. Let's see. Should we just start screwing? Start screwing, haha. So this needs to be fully in. There. This can be bent, that's fine. I guess we need to poke the holes out. No worries, no worries. What do you guys think about this orientation? Or this setup? Get small wattle. I've got these. That's the only things I've got. But it doesn't, I mean, doesn't really need to be waterproof, so, you know. It would make the cabling a lot harder if I put those on there. So I'd rather not. It's not how you do it, but it's my case. Sure. I don't have those Dutch makers, so that's going to be tough. This, we might modify the switch so much that we're actually going to screw this guy into the top and screw the switch itself into the bottom. How's that? But that means we still need to be able to access the sides, so this will go last. And then we can mount this, but probably also last, because otherwise we can't reach the side anymore. Take a picture for later reference. Yeah, I was thinking about doing that already. Then again, this is a live stream that's being recorded, so, you know. Let's see here. Okay. It might actually, like a giant heat sink, and cause all the warm air to heat up enemy current. Yeah, sure, but I mean, those fans for the meanwhile, they turn on pretty quickly, and they don't really blow hot air because it keeps the power supply really cold, in my opinion. I think this is fine, and even airflow with hot air is still better than no airflow. So. Yeah. Okay. Then what part do we start with? Do we start with the DIN rail box there? Just screw it in. And then we can do the switch to modify that it mounts to the plate, and then probably just screw this guy in top too. Need to see. And then we'll do the power supply, mount that in place so we can mount up the wires. And then last we do this guy. And then once all that is mounted, we can probably do the cable holes and things like that, and the access point. No, I think we can still mount this down because we don't need to be around the top. This we can just take out for now. Let's move this out of the way. Yeah, switch also. So I think we mount down this guy because I want to see if the screws are going to work, right? This can go later. Okay. Do we want to cable up the box first, or are we going to wrangle the cables once the box is in place? I think we need to figure out how to get the cables in or out. So we might need to drill some holes here. Right? And I'm hoping that we can use more of this white wire. And maybe put it under the DIN rail mount itself to loop it back inside of itself. And otherwise I have some loose wires too, that's fine. And then this is going to be a closed box anyway, so yeah. Let's get some holes in here. What is the best way to do that? With the hole drill I just showed you? The what's that called again? Hold on. Let me put some stuff away. With this kit, probably. Yeah, that's all oily. Try clamp. What? Well, we can probably start with this guy. Maybe this guy. Because we just need to get this type of wire inside. 3 times 1.5. Yeah. Oh, right. I cut this wire myself. Right? I should have more of that. I think. Somewhere. Shouldn't I have more of this wire? I think so. I don't remember. I don't know. Let me get the drill. I probably cleaned it up somewhere. So I'm gonna use some tissue here because that's all way too greasy. No, out of the way. Okay. So let's put it in drill mode. Looks good. Where's my glasses? You never know. No, I don't want these. Okay. So I think I should have more of this white wire somewhere. I don't remember where. But let's go with that for now. It has a little hole here for centering, so that's easy. I know this is made for a wattle, but we're not going to care. This is outside cable anyway, so it has a pretty thick sleeve. I'm just going to go for it. Pretty good. That's not big enough. What are you're doing step drill? Yeah, I'm doing this thing. Might have gone one too far, but at least this now easily fits, which is fine. Right? Okay. So we need to do that to the other side too. Need a head cam, yeah. Sorry. Let me quickly do this. Yeah, I know about the marking, but it doesn't need to be watertight. This is one. Yeah, okay. So this one's a bit tighter, but sure, Greg. Sure, I get all that, but I don't have those things. So we're gonna do this, and I think that's gonna be fun. Oh, that's tight. Okay, might be a bit. Yeah. I mean, that's okay. Okay. Good. I need to deburr this real quick. Do I have something for that? Not really. Some nail action. I'll do that off screen. Good. There. All good. Nice. So then, I'll do the tight side over here. Let's see if we can make a little loopy here. All the way around. Need to make sure this is fully in. Yes. Okay. Why is it crooked? I don't like it being crooked. Maybe I should screw the plate in a few places so that I at least know the plate is in straight. No, yes, maybe. Okay, hold on. Okay, 3 screws should be fine. Okay. Then we manhandle this to be a bit like that. I guess we could make it straight through, but I don't know about that. I think that's fine. I think we can put more in the box. Okay. And then we can screw this box into the plate basically, and then we can work inside of there to wire it. How does that sound? Or do you guys think we should wire it first and then screw it in? Well, you guys reply to that. I need to find where that white cable went. I don't remember. like a good person, I actually put it away. We can't see it, sorry. You would first mount it all and then mount down the box, you mean? Yeah, so we have more of this white cable we can use, that's fine. And the cable is a bit stiff, so I don't think we can try. No, that's pushing it outside. Hold on. So while I'm holding this, then it would be over here. Now I can't push it down enough, so we need a bit more. So if we want to make it the cleanest possible, it would be like this. I guess that is more clean though. So that's good. Let me check with the power supply. But we can just mount that however we want. So as long as we can get that cable out, which we can like this. And then as I mentioned, we route the cable behind there to the AC over here. You always want spare, yeah. There isn't much room to put spare in here though, because the cable is so stiff. Well, actually, I can try to see if it can go over the side, because that would make routing it easier too. So I want it to be off in this position and on in this position. So, would it be possible to put this not all the way around? Let me check. So, squeeze it in like that. There. Then this we can mount any way we want. In is over here. Nope. Yeah, in is over here. So we mount it like that. So this goes in here, through here, into there, out of here, and then to the power supply. But now the question is this still aligned enough? I can't really fit this anywhere. Yeah, the problem is the alignment then, I think. Yeah, I think it's too thick to go to the side. Okay. Yeah, the DIN rail box is a bit small. What I am wondering though is if we can maybe route the cable underneath the DIN rail. We can check that. Strip the outer sheath first. Yeah, we can do that. Because it is pretty thick sheath. So let me see if I can just put it under it. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no. Nope. That is not going to fly. Okay. Okay. So we can do it like this. And then mount it into the circuit breaker. And then we have to make a little loop-de-loop over here and put it under the DIN rail, but we can do that with some other wires. And then we can go out again with this type of wire because I have extra, right? So I think that is so So I need to figure out. I don't think I want to do that again. Yeah, you know. So this will go about here. Okay, is that correct? Yes, that's correct. So we cut the wire. This would be over there. This would be over here. I guess we cut it here and then strip it back. I know I'm doing things probably not really the correct way. I warned you all for jank. I'm going to cut this wire now. Does anyone disagree? You'd leave a lot more room. Yeah, but then we have to make the loop outside of the little box. No, it's really stiff. Can't really bend it a lot. Like you listen to anything we say. What do you mean? Come on. I try to. Without the sleeve you can. Okay, so you're saying make the loop without the outer sleeve. Sure, okay. Sorry. So how about then... Okay. I do want to keep the outer sleeve outside of this box. I don't know, for aesthetics reasons, safety reasons. So then we can strip it here. Then the wires can probably go beneath it. We can put it in the circuit breaker and keep earth connection, because we will have to extend the earth to the power supply. I'd like to. But then we can loop it around and have it join the earth again. Yeah. Okay, so we basically need to cut the sheath, let's say, over here. How long? Yeah, okay. Let me get this off. Okay, so somewhere over here, so that it can go under the DIN rail. Yeah. Shut up and just cut it. No. Do I have any decent... Well, I have a good cutter here, but I want a less good cutter. Let's see. With what kind of cutter do we want to do that? Because with this thing, I will be cutting the wire too quickly. Where is my... maybe one of these. Yeah, one of these. This would be okay, I think. A snap blade or special tool like that, yeah. Take a pull. How many have shouted at their screen at least once during this stream? I'm not going to take that pull. Aardappelschil mesh. Well, I can use this. That's fine, because it's double shielded, right? Because the internal wires are also shielded. Do I want to mount the box first? I always stream. Okay. We're putting it back in again. Oh no. No, but we already figured out where, so I can cut the total length now to make it a bit more wieldy. I am not going to be building the house. That is indeed going to be a contractor for sure. Yes, don't worry about that. I'm fairly good at designing electronics. This is just tinkering around and yeah. Strip the mount. I'm just gonna do what I think is best now. I don't know. You guys are pushing me in all kinds of directions and basically we're doing nothing. This needs to be mounted down. Okay. I do want to unsheath it, so I'm gonna make it clear the outer sheath over there. Yes. Is that enough indent? Yes. Okay, made an indent there. Ugh. Maybe just listen to one of us. Yeah, maybe. Okay, where's the indent? The indent's over here. I'm just gonna try and get this off a bit. That's tough stuff. Let me get my old scissors. See if we can do better. Almost through. There. I didn't cut it, that's good. Okay, let me see if I can get this pulled off. Don't want to pull too hard. Oh man, I was afraid this is going to be hard. Now I'm afraid I'm going to pull it out of the plug and we have to redo that, which I don't want, like all of you are spamming. Pull one wire out first. How? How would I do that? I need to have a bit of space to work with. I guess I can make some cuts in the sheath now. There. Okay, brute strength 1. Okay. We'll vacuum that up later. Right. Okay, we'll vacuum that up now, because otherwise later is not going to happen. Cover your ears! Cover your ears! Right, we did it. We did a thing. It only took us 1 hour and 45 minutes. Holy shit. Now the question is, can these wires fit under the DIN rail? You'd hope so. How many people are going to complain again that these wires are too thin? Oh no, it doesn't fit through the hole anymore. Okay, there. Made it fit. Of course we can put these flat, so that's easier. Now, because we have to do a loop in the box Philip. So, this doesn't have an in or an out, I believe. We'll have to look that up, but it doesn't say in or out. So if we have to make a loop in the box anyway, yes, this can fit. Oh, sorry. This can fit there, and I can push it down and the wires are still free, so that's fine. But if we have to make a loop anyway, yeah, why not do it now, right? Now cut earth wire like I do, how they do with Chinese stuff. No, no, no. That's not. Yeah, okay. I need to check if the outside wire is still okay, because I did pull on it a little bit. Oh, oops. I broke it out. One moment, please. I broke out the mechanism. Okay, that's fine. There. Yeah, that's still good. Good. Is it? Yes. So in on the breaker on the right, then loop back on the left between breaker and the meter, and then out of the... Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah. Right? So let me just put this in place. And I guess I can do a little extra... Let's do it under... There, we have a bit of extra cable like that. And then we can put it under the DIN rail. Sorry, I have to see. Okay. Damn it. This isn't the right screwdriver. Sure, yeah. Agree, Philip. Okay. I need to make sure, yeah, okay, so this can still move, right? So it's not clamping the wires, that's good. We have our extra little loop here, which is also fine. We can still screw it into the box later, that's also good. So the breaker, let's verify there. Let me look up the listing real quick. That we can actually go in and out of either direction, because you can't always. Now I believe with AC you can, but I know with DC that can be a problem. Well, now we can wire up the box and then screw it in after that. I'm not too worried about that. I am worried about that. They go lower than the DIN rail itself. Let's see how this guy does that. Yeah, this guy does that too. So that might cause a small fitment issue. Let's see, in on the bottom side. It's not attached. Yeah, let me try and see if I can make this work. Otherwise we'll have to do it slightly different. No, this side first. Then that side. Then clamp it down. Nope, nope. Need to put more of the loop under it. Okay, it doesn't like having the cables there because then I don't have enough space. Okay, fine. So we indeed take this back out. Come on, you're not stuck. There. Let's put this in. Oh, okay. Just need to see, maybe we loop it around, we make a nice coil. How's that? There. Now Philip has his slack space. Good for RF. Coil bad. Well, we do have the exact right length of wires now. Yeah, that's perfect. Yep. What? Philip wanted slack space. We now have 0.5 meter of slack space. No, coiling it would probably be bad. I agree. And I hear you unscrewing it down. I just wanted to make sure we could fit everything now. Yeah, I will. Just need to make sure everything's in the right place with the wires. Okay, we can do that. Well, then we can put this in here. Oh, we're right. We were going to look up the circuit breaker to make sure it can go in either way. Yeah, that's true. So we have the B6. What? Yeah. Can cut off L and N both. Oh wait, that's something different. The wiring can input from up and down side both. Yes. Okay. So I think that's what we wanted to know. Good. Okay, perfect. So then we cut it, we add some ferrules, and we mount it to the breaker. Is the breaker on? Yeah. And this is okay. Yeah. Okay. This is on also. Yeah. Okay, so let's mount down the box. Let's see, we have 4.213. I think the biggest screw is the better. 4.213, that's a different head. 3.5, 3. Yeah. Once this AC is mounted up, we'll test that. No worries. 2.5 and 4 times 2. That's very long. I think the 4.213 would be good. And we have that with a concave head and with a flat head. And probably with the flat head is going to be best. Or with the concave head, because then it pulls it tighter. What do you guys think? Which screw should we use? So the difference between these two are this head is concave or convex, convex, anyway, and this is flat. Doesn't matter in this box. Yeah. Well, actually, maybe it might be this one, because that pulls it tighter. I don't know. You think it will break the plastic? No. No, I think these are meant for self-tappers. We're going to try without pre-drilling. Flat. Okay, everyone's saying flat. We'll do flat. We'll do flat. Hold on. So 4 screws. Even self-tapping need a pilot hole. Okay. Sure then, I guess. So these are 4.2. So what kind of drill do I need? 2.5, 3? I'm worried I'll bottom out on the backside, but we'll see. These still feel pretty long to me. No, okay, they should be fine. Yeah. Oh, wait, you can't even see anything. No, I'm willing to pre-drill, but what size? 2.5? There's always hot glue, for sure. And then it will always fall down in the summer. A center punch. Yeah, sure. Okay. From AI. Well, if AI said so, hold on. Let's see, Mr. AI. Let's see here. We've got 2, 3.5, and these are wood screws, I believe. 2.7. I don't have 2.7. I feel 3 is way too big. I mean, come on. These screws. How is this going to work? That's not going to work. I mean, this is much larger than the screw is. Even the 2.5. It needs to bite into the material. Right? There needs to be material left to bite into. Yeah, I know, wood drill's good. I feel a 1.5. Yeah, this kit's about 15 years old now, so the bits the bits also aren't complete anymore. But, you know. Top. On top, not bottom. What? I don't know what you mean. A 1 should be plenty. Yeah. I wish I had a 1.5. Yeah, I have a 1.5. What? Oh, they're on the bottom. Oh, okay. Thank you. I didn't understand what you meant. Okay, then let's go with a 3. That should be good, right? Okay, yeah, these are all... I don't know where all these went. No clue. I'm not the only one using this kit, okay? We can look in the other side. This side's much more complete, but this is the masonry side. This is the side I use. Okay, so this is the masonry side. You can see all these are still here, and we have also the wood side, one missing. But some other person in the house has used this side the most, okay? Blaming Kitty. No, I'm not blaming Kitty. Poor Kitty. Okay, let me get that drill out. I know they're supposed to be oily, but I can't really get oily hands right now, so. Okay. We might have a problem. We have a problem. This drill is nowhere long enough to reach inside of the box. Even if I remove all the DIN rails, yeah, okay, if I remove the DIN rails, I think it can. Well, at least we know it fits now. Okay, maybe we can now. So we need to determine a final position. Drill it from the back? No. No, I'm not gonna go through all that trouble. Jeez. It just needs to be okay-ish. There. Then the wire can fit. This fits. This is nice and tidy-ish. And I can align it with the grid, so that's good. Okay. Is this in okay? No, it's not. One moment. There. Sure, we're going to experiment with a pilot hole. And I need to drill through the box and the plate, so that's tight. Okay, I didn't go deep enough, but we have a first hole. So that works. I think I should finish that hole, put a screw in, and then do the rest. I'm just afraid of drilling too deep. Still not to the plate, but I think that's pilot hole enough. A milestone has been reached. Yeah, I'm gonna thread this screw by hand. No, these are wood screws because you guys told me to get wood screws. There. It is a bit tight. There. Done. No more holes needed. It's at least rock solid already. And now comes the big part. Did we screw through the back? I'm really scared we did. Oh, here's another screw. Hold on. Oh! It looks all good. Camera doesn't understand. Okay. Done. Ship it. Yes. Well, I am thinking now, seeing how tight this already is, I'm just going to put one here in the bottom and be done with it. That box is going nowhere. Yeah, but I don't want to use tape where I don't have to. Maybe at some point. 2 is one too many, right? No, we'll put in 2. We'll put in 2. Okay, let's pilot drill. Oh god, I can't fit the drill here. Okay, I can do it somewhat like this. Is it square-ish? Yes. Okay. I'm gonna do this by hand. Okay, there. How's that? Yeah, some UV light will cure it. Okay, well, I mean, that's not going anywhere. Let me vacuum it real quick. Hold on. Should have done that before the drilling, but okay. There. Okay. All good. We have a box. In 2 hours. It's not under 2 hours though. Okay. So, let's wire up the breaker. To me, it's most logical that the breaker turns on when you flip it like this. Do you agree or do you disagree? Yeah, this isn't going anywhere. Good. Very good. Can I still get that screw out? There's no screw there. Good. Yeah, no, but I think this is most logical. Okay. This can still fit too. In. Yeah, no problem. Let's see how far it needs to sit. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. So we then cut these wires and put some wire ferrules on there. The earth we're going to leave as is for now. We'll figure out what to do with that later. We want to get to sleep. Okay, so let's cut it around here. There, we still have some wire left over for the other loop. That's good. Let's get some wire strippers. Some ferrules. I don't know what size though. Oh, it's 11 o'clock over here. That's too small. Yeah, that's perfect. Hold on. Okay. Somehow I stripped them a bit short, but they should be the right length. Yeah, yeah. So, neutral and live, let's open those up. Neutral goes in first. A color standard for ferrules, maybe. This is what I have though. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Okay. Let's shove that down there a bit. And now move it over. Okay. Any complaints about that? Oh, I still put it in upside down, damn it. Right, in neutral, in live. Okay. So let's see. Live is that guy. And it needs to go to this guy with a little bit of a loop. Okay. You do hear a kitty. Hi. Hi. How are you doing, kitty? Oh. Is it raining outside and do you think it sucks? Okay. Yes, I do agree. You know, it says in right here. Hold on, I'll show you. Oh my god, oh god. See, in L, in N. Okay. So I wanted to strip a little bit more. Meow! What's up? Yeah, stupid rain, huh? feed the wires between the elements so they can't warm up. What? What do you mean? I am talking to the cat. Yes, that happens. I talk to the cat a lot. Oh, he left. Not sure what you mean, Drastal. Where's my... No, it was okay. Just a tight fit. The breaker and the clock. Okay. Why? No, this is okay. These ferrules are pretty tight. Yeah, but I can't really leave space between there because... Wow, okay. Exactly, Gaz. Why are these different? They're the right. They're the right ferrules, but they barely fit. Hold on, let me do this over here. Okay, I think that did it. No, I don't. I'd like the breaker to just shut everything off. Yeah, that's much better. Screwdriver. Let's see, neutral. In N, okay. Wait, did I open these up already? I don't think so. Yeah, we're gonna power it on, of course. We need to see this magnificent meter in action. Okay. No problem, guys. Happy to oblige. Okay. Let's give it a bit of a pull test, tug test. Yeah, that seems fine. This needs to move over a bit. The earth wire. Okay, no problem. We can put in there. There. It actually closes. Whoa. Okay. Bummer that the power meter is in the DIN box, otherwise you had easy put Euro plug straight into the power meter and tied it. What? Yeah, wire ferrules are nice. Come on. Okay. So, this is now in here. So we need to power it through here. Now I do have an adapter, but I don't remember for which side. So let me check. So we have an adapter. This is... Oh, I do have the right adapter. What if? Who would have known? Okay, so this goes in here. There. Clickety clack. Perfect fit. Now we can't really open the box anymore, but that's okay. So something like that, but now you can't hear me anymore. That's fine. This isn't very long though. Hold on. Let me get a stack of those. Yes, we have a 10 socket stacker dose because that's what we need. So let me put this in here. Oh. There. And now we can put this in the stacker dose. I haven't turned the wall on yet. Okay, now I'll zoom in. I'll zoom out, but we kind of need to look at the box, right? So. Why isn't? Oh, I'll do that. Something like that. Okay. If the stream suddenly ends, then you know what happened, okay? There. Click. Okay, so far, 0 explosions. The stacker dose is on. Okay. Yeah, this is the Chinese way, Draadstaal. And yeah, let's go. Oh, look at that! What? No, I want English. How do I? English? No. Hold on, let me see if I can do it better for the camera. Okay. Yes. Uh-oh. What? What is even going on? Attention! Do not disassemble. Connect L and N line. Only support 2.4. Turn on Bluetooth. What? Oh no, the tip is counting down. Okay. Wait network. No, I don't want to do the app. I just want... Let's go back. Back. Oh, I can only do next. Okay. Next. 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 What? Sorry, what does it say? Long... to turn on relay. It's sensing voltage though, that's good. Long press plus or minus. Is that this? Oh, oh, I hear the click. Okay. Now the relay is on. Oh, damn it. I hit the power supply. I hit the staccados. Okay, let's turn it back on. Language selection. English, yes. Software initialization. Check voltage sampling data. Start Wi-Fi. Yeah, okay, blah. We just had this. I don't want Wi-Fi. There. Let me remove this. Okay, let me remove that. Let me remove this sticker. I'm just gonna. Okay. All the contacts are shielded, so that's okay. Let's go back to the A-torch listing to how we rotated the screen. By long pressing M in the background and then short pressing the screen rotation bar, pressing the plus key. I don't know which one that is, but okay, let's hold this one. Oh. Okay. Okay. Holy shit. Screen flip settings. No. No. Yes. Okay. Okay, now let me rotate my whole setup again. Oh, damn it! I turned it off again. The button's right here. Let me turn it on again, see if it boots in the correct orientation. It does. Nice. Okay. Okay. Oh, sorry about the microphone. Let me... There. Something like that. Nope. Sorry, microphone. You need to move. Okay. Yes. Can I zoom in more? I don't think so. I can software zoom in. Let me software zoom in. Hold on. There. Now we're talking. Okay. Middle key. Sorry about my giant fingernail. What's all this? Display off. No. What? There's a whole calendar in there? What do you mean? Ah, yes, graphs! I like graphs. We have 225 volts. That's good, I guess. Oh, the price. Okay. Oh, our CPU is 29 degrees. Over limit. The overcurrent protection is at 100 amps. What? Our wires will melt way before that. Okay, let's go back to the menu. Oh, wait, what? No, oh, okay. I don't know how this works. Oh, there we go, okay. Oh, this is... Okay. Cost mode. over voltage stuff. Screen flip, standby style. What? On recovery, startup info switch. Wi-Fi reset, calibrate time over. Oh, it can do over current protection. That's pretty cool. Oh, the terminals, right. Yeah, that's probably a good idea not to. Low voltage protect. Exit. Yeah, okay. And then, how do I... Okay. Oh no! We had a giant voltage sag. Yeah, it's doing 0.13 amps. My power meter is showing that it's doing 1.4 watts, the power meter in the wall. Can it run Doom? I wouldn't be surprised, actually. Attention, check your date and time. Yeah, I get that. Alright. Yeah? That's pretty cool. It's such a tiny display, though. No, well, see, that's why I got the Wi-Fi version. The idea is that it'll Wi-Fi to the Wi-Fi access point, and then I can read it out at home. I have no idea what use that's going to be, but, you know, data, more data. Okay, well, that worked. I think my wiring's pretty decent. There's no exposed coppers. Well, maybe the blue one a little bit, but I'm okay with that. Get some load. How much was it? Oh, what's this? Oh, this is the standby screen. It was $17, $16, $17. But I don't remember for which version. The Wi-Fi with switch is $23. Yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. Yeah, and in the end, it'll be inside of here. If I can get it to fit. Something like this, right? And it's still plenty visible through the and if I need to hit the buttons, I can do that. And then all the AC is nicely contained. Let's see if the circuit breaker works. So now it's on. Yeah, that worked. Now what I'm hoping is that it will have a auto reset function. So I'm with the switch, I should be able to turn it on and off, right? But I'm hoping it'll have a auto turn off and then on after 5 or 10 seconds function, so that I can actually reboot all the gear remotely. That would be very nice. These are physical buttons, so you actually have to press them. So, would it... I don't know, let's... Okay. No. Power calibration. And the Bangfang system settings 2.03. Power on switch status. Startup switch 0. I don't know. How much will you regret to install the... Oh, right. Well, we have some slack space on there. There might be a software update. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that was a bit of an oversight. Because we do still need to take it out to mount the power supply. Worst case, we can just unscrew the wires, right? I mean, that's not too big of an issue. Cool, well, we're 2 hours and 40 minutes in. I think we're going to leave it here at this time. So next time we'll do mounting all the other stuff and the DC wiring, I think. I think I just test the blue button to make sure the diff works. Oh, you mean this guy? Can we... Yeah, seemed to work. Let's try it once more. Yep. I don't know why it keeps asking me for English. Yeah, well, next time we'll probably get the power supply in and the switch, and then we're 2-3 hours in again. So, you know how it goes. Yeah, okay. 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 Sure, yeah. Yeah, we might have to unscrew it and then pull it back, but that's okay. Startup info off. Oh, that's probably an option, right? Let's see. Startup info switch. Oh. Okay. Standby style. Okay. Okay, so if we turn it off again. Oh, there we go. That's good. System sound switch. Yeah, well, it's not beeping too loud. It's okay. Anyway. Oh, damn it. There. Nicely enclosed. All good. Don't. It's the cap that's on crooked. So. Let me resize this real quick, because that's wrong. This one. No. Still not. Okay. There. Good. Very nice. This is going to be a 10-stream build. You know how it goes. Good. That was nice. Okay, let's close it up. No problem. I'll turn off the power. Now I have to close it up again and not work on it for a week. It kind of sucked. Maybe at some point we'll do an extra stream. I don't know. Yep, still. Uh-oh. What didn't I lock down? Oh, the cap. Okay, yeah, sure. Okay. Okay, yeah, no, still nice and enclosed. All good. No screws poking out of the back. Awesome. Okay, well, thank you all for suffering with me again. I guess I can take this off. Nothing exploded. I know everyone's sad about that. My desk is a giant mess again. But we did... where do you announce the streams? On Discord and on YouTube, of course, but yeah. House will be built before we finish StarCam. That's a bit of a touchy subject. Some secrets. No, we started with the secrets, so can't do that. I guess that makes me a bad YouTuber, but you know how it goes. How are you going to mount the box itself? Wait, oh. We have... some of these guys, which you mount into the box, and then this mounts onto the pole with some of those strappy loop-de-loops. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. No problem, Nigel. I'm here to, you know, this is entertaining and fun, and we're doing something practical. And, yeah, I'm good at some stuff, but not everything. And if I build a second one, it would go a lot smoother, especially if I didn't do it on camera. But you know how it goes. I keep saying that. Anyway, thank you all very much for hanging in there with me and shouting at your screens like everyone confessed to. And I'll see you guys back for a video in the comments, or maybe the next live stream. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.